What's good, Capital XTRA Breakfast? It is Robert Bruce and Shayna Marie.
We are buzzing, as in the studio right now, we are joined by...
a lady who was a quarter of the biggest girl group of all time, Little Mix.
They had 5 UK number ones, won 3 Brits, and sold over 60 million records worldwide.
Ooh, that's a
I think
big
even more,
number.
you know.
Even more than that.
Come on, say
60 million.
I think it's 75.
Yeah, you tell them.
We're still going though. She's worked with the likes of Missy Elliott, Sean Paul, Ira Star and Stormzy.
She was last here chatting about her acting debut in Boxing Day, but now she's adding author to her CV. It's Leigh-Anne Pinnock, everybody!
Hello.
Yes, Leigh-Anne. Good morning. How are you? Are you a morning person, first of all, boys?
I actually am, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously I have to wake up for my kids, so I've got to be.
How are you doing, though? What's going on? What's happening?
Good, yeah, lots going on. I'm happy to finally have my book out. Obviously promote my music as well. Like, it's all going on. But yeah,
All happening.
I'm loving it. Yeah, enjoying it.
First things first then, let's talk about the book. What made you want to write your first book, your first memoir? It's called Believe. It's by you. How did this come about?
So I feel like I touched on some of my experiences that I had in the group in my documentary, Raise, Pop and Power. But I felt like there was just a lot more to say, a lot more to delve into. I wanted to be even more open about some of my, like, the stories and just show more. And I go right back to my childhood. And I guess, like, the story in general is the idea of this self-belief. This shy little girl who literally would hide behind her dad's legs and say, I hate pupils, and, like, look to the floor when I was singing, to becoming this teen who was so determined to reach her goal and be a pop star, to getting into the group, and then all of a sudden losing this confidence, losing her character, to then being this woman that I am now who is regaining it and taking her power and owning it. So it's been a journey, and I guess I wanted to put that into words.
In a brief, like, overview, because I know it's in the book,
Yeah.
those different stages of your life, what sort of kick-started every different stage? So, like, when did you realise you were shy? When did that kick-start into determination? And when did that kick-start into, I'm in this crazy world? And then how did we get to here today?
I think I wanted to sing when I was about 9. I realised that it was all I wanted to do. And I had this kind of, like, battle where I would literally look at the floor. The backing track would always be super loud, drowning me out. But I just knew I loved to sing. So I think the more that I was performing, the more I'm like, sort of settling into it. But it wasn't really until the X Factor, my audition, when I just came out of myself. And it was like I knew that this was my one opportunity, my one chance to just take it. And I did. Even my sister was like, I have never seen you perform like that. I was like, I don't know where it came from. I just kind of started jumping around the stage, and, like, just, it was like I just knew. And then I guess, I got into the group, and I really struggled to find my identity. And, like, I talk about it in the book as well, like, these little stories that happen where, like, they would take away my lines on the show. Like, there was one time we did Lady Gaga Telephone, and on the day they literally said, you're not singing this bit, another girl is. And that destroyed me. I was like, oh my God, they don't think I'm good enough. And it's like, it wasn't even a chance to, like, maybe do this bit or whatever, or help me. They just took it away. And I remember calling my sister, and I was crying, and she was like, go out there and dance like you've never danced before, because they ain't going to hear you, but they're going to see you. And I gave it everything. If you watch it back, I'm, like, hitting the choreo like nothing. But yeah, I think going through those years and experiencing just feeling less than, and again, a lot to do with the colour of my skin, like, and processing that was just crazy. But yeah, that girl's in the past now. That's not me anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Wicked. You touched on a point in Brazil, I believe it is, where you have, like, a sort of an awakening in Brazil.
Yeah.
What happened there, and what was that awakening?
Yeah, so Brazil, we went for the first time, and I remember stepping onto the stage, and they were chanting my name. That never happened. It was me they were chanting for, and I was like, what is going on? Predominantly black audience. So I was just like, this hasn't been in my head the whole time. Like, they're seeing me for the first time. And I traveled the world and performed with a group everywhere, and never had I ever had that reception. Like, it was wild. And I remember after having drinks with my dancers and Jade, and just being hysterical and thinking, why is this the first time I felt like this? Like, we've been in this group for like 9 years. Like, how has this just happened to me?
Pivotal moment, you like realizing, like, oh, people are there for me. People do love me. People do see themselves in me.
Yeah.
I'm on the stage. They know who I am, and they're happy for me. And it must have been a beautiful moment, but maybe hard to digest as well.
Exactly that. And I think that's why I was so hysterical after, because it's just like the realization of what's happening. Like, they're seeing me, and to have not have felt like that for so long, it was just, it was mad to think about. And then we went into lockdown straight away. So I had like all that time to like think about it. And I just remember like breaking down to my husband and just not understanding it and just really trying to process it. And mad.
You said in the book that you've been able to write down everything that you've experienced that you've wanted to say, from your childhood to X Factor to Little Mix to your solo career to being a mom, a wife, and everything else in between. Out of all those accomplishments, all those amazing moments, all those dreams coming true, what was your favourite part to write about in the book?
I mean, obviously motherhood, because that is like the biggest blessing in my life, you know? Like, I just have these 2 angels that I'm raising, and like, all my perspective has just completely changed. Like, they are all that matters. There's a chapter as well, Don't Mess with the Pinnocks, and like my sisters are just we just have each other, you know. Like, there's a time that I describe being in a club and getting into this thing with someone, and I call my sister and she raced down and she's like, "What? Who's bothering you?" Oh gosh, we just have each other.
The kids as well, they're gonna grow up. They'll probably read this book one day. When they're at that stage, what do you tell them to read? Obviously, they'll read from like front to back. But if there was one bit where you say, kids, sit down, read this, what would you want that to be for them?
Probably the end. I just want them to know how powerful they are. And like, as much as like they will know what racism is, and like they will be taught their history, and like they'll know their culture and everything. But I think, like, I don't want to teach them that race is going to hold them back, you know, like, because the way that my parents taught me, it was like anything was possible, and I want them to feel like that, because it is, you know.
Is there anything you will like run out the room when they're reading?
Oh, maybe the stuff with their dad, to be fair. Because I mean, no relationship's perfect, and like talk a little bit about that. I wanted to kind of show like my fans and whoever reads it that nothing's picture perfect, and although you might see something on Instagram and think, oh, they're living their life or they look perfect together, whatever, crap happens, do you know what I mean? Like, and you have to go through these struggles, I think, to come out the other side. And I feel like everything that happened with our relationship, like, we are in the best place possible now, and it's like it all had to happen, like, for it to feel this sweet, if that makes sense. Like, we got through that.
Now, speaking of music, your track with Ira Starr, we were speaking off mic earlier, like, it is gorgeous, the video is amazing, it's done so well. Ira Starr has like blessed it, it's just doing great things. Was she someone you always wanted to work with? Did you have your eye on her for a long time and you thought, this is someone who I want to definitely get on a song with?
Yeah, so she's such an amazing performer, and I think I knew that the song, like, as soon as we started to write it, like, it definitely needed a feature, and I think she was just the perfect person. So I reached out to her, and lucky for me, she was a Little Mix fan. So I was like, yes, I know. So then we got into the studio and played it to her. She loved it. She put a verse down, and like, the first take was the one. She's just unbelievable.
Sounds seamless.
Yeah,
like,
just,
it came together like it's meant to be.
So
unreal.
Simple. Talk me about the music video, because the locations, the shoots, what was everything basically? So
Ira is obviously Nigerian, couldn't have done that video anywhere else. Like, it had to be in Lagos. And the director, I have to shout him out, Meji Alabi, the way he just captured the beauty of Lagos, and like, and all the dancers as well, like, the energy is just so raw and unbelievable.
What's it like for you, the transition between the worlds? Because we go from this pop Little Mix like thing, and now we're here, especially going solo as well. It's always difficult.
Yeah.
How's the reaction been, and how's it been for you personally?
I think it's been a hard transition, to be honest, because I think, like, I've gone from like this machine, you know, like this, to like, we literally from the show, we went straight into it, like, superstardom overnight, like, because people obviously like watched us and got to know us, and it just happened like bam. So like now it's like, yes, I've got this incredible platform, but like obviously not all the Little Mix fans are going to come along with me, you know, like I've got to build a new fan base now. So yeah, I think like the realization of starting from the ground up almost, like I'm basically starting again kind of. It's like a weird thing to kind of get my head around, but I mean, I'm a hard worker, so I'm going to do it. But yeah, I think I'm excited for people to just hear more sides to me as well. Like I've had 2 songs out and yeah, so I'm excited for people to see more.
All right, Leigh-Anne, we want to get to know you a little bit better. We do this with everyone that comes in. Basically, 60 seconds on the clock. We're going to ask you questions, quick fire. You got to answer with the quickest thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Yeah? Is that all right?
Yep.
Here we go. You ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1. 60 seconds with Leigh-Anne Pinnock. What's your favourite thing about being in a girl band?
Sisterhood.
If we came to your house, what would you cook for us?
Brown cheese chicken.
Who did you last text?
Group chat with my children. No, not with them, but about them. They're only 2.
They're texting.
They don't have phones at 2.
They're advanced these days, isn't it? If you needed help getting out of a sticky situation, who would you call and why?
My sister, because she just has the answer to everything and she's a force.
What beauty product, could you not live without and why?
My skincare, my Lumiere skincare.
Was that what, retinol and that?
Oh no, I don't use retinol.
no retinol, yeah.
I feel like it's better to keep it simple.
That's what I'm saying. It's not everyday
Yeah.
retinol, man.
What do you know? Okay. If you could do anything differently in your career, what would you have done?
Nothing different. Everything happens for a reason.
What was the last song you listened to?
I was looking at Tyler's performance on Jimmy Fallon of Water.
So
Love her.
Yeah.
Love
And
her.
that is time. 60 seconds.
You're good at this, where? What?
Now, Leigh-Anne, your book is your story in your words. You want to have some fun this morning and just give your book a little rewrite, okay, with the wrong words.
Yes. So we're going to ask you questions about the book in your life, and all you need to do is answer, but with the wrong answers only.
Wow, okay.
How long did it take you to write your book?
Only 2 months. Quick.
Where did you grow up, Leigh-Anne?
I grew up in Wolverhampton. Yeah.
Who was your first kiss?
Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Leigh-Anne, who's your favourite member of Little Mix?
Claire.
I like
Claire, I
that
love
too.
that
I
one.
like
Yeah,
that.
she's good. Yeah.
What's your husband's best quality?
He's really clean. Yeah, he's not messy at all. Yeah.
How many times have you read your book, Leigh-Anne?
Only one. Sorry, I haven't read it.
I haven't read it at all.
I haven't.
Do you like having a sister as a manager?
I love it. I can't stand it, honestly. She gets my nerves.
Leigh-Anne, if you weren't a singer, what would you be?
Vet.
Pets. Ooh, animals and them, man. There. All right. Cool. What is your favourite thing about being a mum?
The fact that I have to wake up really early. Yeah. And deal with...
We love an early wake up on Capital XTRA breakfast.
You know, like a middle of the night wake up as well. Love that even more.
Ooh, they're the best ones, those. Yeah.
Do you know what? You did really well with that. You did really well. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. Can you remind everyone where they can grab your book?
So Believe is out now. I believe you can get it on Amazon, any Waterstones, any bookshops. Go in there.
A very
Get
good
it.
present for Christmas as well.
Yes,
So it's perfect for that, isn't it?
exactly.
Come on, one last time. Let's give it up. Leigh-Anne Pinnock, everybody!